That's the sound of our Hellpod being swallowed up by the Earth. Matthew Kershaw, we're going to check out Helldivers.
Question, why are we falling from space only to climb out of the ground like the mole people?
Because the mole people control everything. They are the Alpha and the Omega. They are the beginning and the end. And this is Helldivers.
Is Strobeck a mole person?
He could
Is
be.
he replacing me?
You know, I could see whiskers coming out of the side of his rebreather, so it's possible.
Oh.
Or maybe he was just
Watch
cosplaying.
your back.
Didn't have time to change out of one suit into the other, so he decided to wear both instead.
Why are you killing Zerg? What is this game?
This is a dual thumbstick shooter, would you say? Twin stick shooter? What would you call it?
I don't know, I've never seen this before in my life.
It's, well, you use two sticks, like a lot of games. And basically you just go from planet to planet, dropping in, killing aliens of various makes. We've got bugs, we've got cyborgs, we've got Illuminate, which are like giant white robots.
That exact reason is why we started this website, because I would often just drop in on other planets and kill aliens.
Yeah, basically.
I thought, we should just start doing videos.
Yeah, why not make a living out of this thing?
Yep.
A really poor living. Or we don't actually gain anything from it. But anyway, so Helldivers is pretty awesome. It's 4-player. And this is a pretty early
There's only
mission.
2 of you.
Sorry?
There's only 2 of you.
Yeah, there is now,
No,
but look,
3.
Warrior Warlock just flew in. Sorry, dropped in. I like it, you like it? This is a drop. Anyway, yeah, it's pretty cool. It's kind of like Starship Troopers. You know, your favorite film and mine.
It's a really good film.
It is. It's a pretty awesome film. Like, everyone's super American. By American, I mean patriotic, I guess. Like, it's
That's
all
American,
about... Yep. To me, it's like super American, and when you read what the people are writing about the game, it's like they don't acknowledge the part where they all have American accents and are extremely patriotic and keep talking about democracy as if it matters.
Isn't that pretty much every game ever made now?
Yeah, but this one's like insane about it. So we come from Super Earth, and we're super because we adopted new democracy, which is better than old democracy. So basically, I've been spending a lot of time reading the encyclopedia entries. See, I just gunned Warrior Warlock down, which is never a good sign.
That's not very patriotic. Was he like a communist spy?
Yeah, he's a communist red fuck. But yeah, so if you read some of the codec entries and shit, like they talk about how the new voting system uses computers, and the computers ask you a series of questions, and then it decides for you who you're voting for based on your answers. Yeah,
that's kind of cool.
There's some weird lore in there. It's pretty cool. But yeah, it's really awesome. It's not. I've heard people call it hard. I wouldn't necessarily agree. You certainly get harder missions, but this isn't hard. This is quite early on, but it's kind of like it establishes rules like. Going in, basically, everything that can kill you. And then if you decide to gun the person down in the back, it's kind of your problem. So you can't really blame the game for when you fail because of that. And that's what I really like about the game, is like, it feels fair at all times. Like when you fuck up...
you're talking about having to enter, like, old-school cheat codes to call down, like, airstrikes and stuff?
Yeah, the stratagems, we'll see a bit of it in a minute, I suspect. Oh, fucking... See, that grenade just took 2 of us out. Because one of our assholes decided to throw a grenade. Probably me. But yeah, so basically you hold down left L2, I think, and then you hammer in like the D-pad to summon things down in drop pods. So there might be like turrets, might be ammunition, might be airstrikes. Or in that case, our friend did it to summon down our respawns. And you see when we're activating that SAM turret. It's basically like that. You just tap the pattern on the D-pad, which is super tense because it's so easy to fuck up in the middle of fire.
That's kind of cool.
It's pretty awesome. But then you get to the moment where you start learning, you start remembering how to respawn, how to call down reinforcements, how to like respawn ammo and stuff. So it gets it gets super rewarding to like learn them. But it's it's pretty cool.
Lots of like random smoke effects coming off that SAM turret.
Yeah, there's we're only fighting the bugs here, which are basically the first enemy you see. But when I was fighting the Illuminate, they're kind of like big white robots, and like these little spotters will fly out, and when they see you, they'll call down the bigger ones. And they've got like these huge energy shields, and you shoot them, and like all this like blue electric flies off them and shit. It looks pretty great.
That's cool.
Considering what the game is, it actually looks quite nice. But like some of the some of the art just feels like it's pulled straight from Warhammer. Like, I don't know if we'll see it, but when you get into like the mechs and the mech suits and stuff, it's literally like a Warhammer Dreadnought, down to the same weapons it has on the same arms and things.
You say everything's taken from Warhammer?
That's because a lot of people rip off Warhammer and like nobody seems to give a fuck.
I guess.
Like any Blizzard property ever. Except Overwatch, I guess. So yeah, this we've got to destroy these two hives. You see on the left and the right of the screen.
Yeah.
So to do that, you have to summon down a nuke, which is what we're waiting for now in this countdown, which takes a while. And the nuke's super vulnerable as well. Like, it doesn't take much to sort of like wipe it out.
I was going to ask why is there like a nuke symbol in the top left, but
yeah, it's so this is down and not out idea as well. But oftentimes, if you get downed by an enemy, you're just going to get trampled by it.
yeah.
Like the bigger bugs, they sort of like you have to shoot the carapace off them. See, there's nothing you can do. Some guy called down a nuke on that area, and the other fellow was unfortunate to stand there.
That's
so
awesome.
There you go. That's the codes on the bottom left there to do the reinforce. But
You're just gonna like blow yourself up with the nuke?
well, that's a distinct possibility. Yes, it happens quite a lot because you basically have to get to where the edge of the screen is, or maybe a bit further, which is hard when you're in this swamp, which slows you down. There was one fight where I think it was one of the very hard ones where I kept encountering these huge bugs that were like maybe a third of the screen. They were like significantly large, and they would sort of like sprint at you and crush you. And you had to like get behind them and shoot their ass as if it was Lost Planet. And
Really?
Like flake the back of the armor off them. It was God, there were so many of them. I felt like every time we cleared one area, there'd be like 3 more running in. But it's cool because you can, like, there you go, the nuke's been primed, and now I'm totally going to get destroyed. Yeah. Jesus.
It's not a very big nuke.
No, it's tactical. It's like a Call of Duty nuke. You can play on the same match as many times as you want. Doesn't matter how many times you get nukes. But it's there's quite a good map variety as well. Like there's like obviously the desert, forest, and they look quite different. And then there's like also kind of night ones. Like you can see it in this one a bit, you know, with the torch effect. But some are more obvious than others.
Are the maps random, or are they just set maps with set missions?
I don't know if the maps themselves are procedurally generated, but it's based region to region. So you're having a war on 3 sides with the 3 factions, and this is out of the missions. But it's sort of like as a community, you run missions against a faction to win war over regions, and then you conquer regions, and you're trying to push towards their homeworld, and they're trying to push towards yours. So it's like this whole communal aspect, which is pretty neat. And then I think the planets might be set because in each region there's like several planets with different missions, with different difficulties.
So is everybody from Super Earth then, or are there different people from different planets depending on their region?
No, all the players are from Super Earth, but there's homeworlds for the 3 factions, the 3 the bugs, the cyborgs, and the Illuminate. But none of them are player controlled.
Oh, okay.
So basically you end each mission like it's Titanfall, waiting for a shuttle to arrive.
That's cool.
Which is where, like, you can kind of avoid enemies if you take them out before they can alert people. Which is what that red, I don't know if you've noticed, but it sort of pings the map red when an enemy's alerting people.
Oh, yeah, I see.
So if you kill everything before it can do that, then you're pretty much okay. But when you get to the shuttle, you're basically fucked. Like, you're gonna have to just shoot your way out anyway.
I don't see why these bug people have alarms.
No.
Okay.
No, some make more sense than others, like the Illuminate use teleporters. I think the cyborgs drop in like you do. Cyborgs can shoot, which is a problem, because I didn't realize that at first, so when they just like got near me, I was ready to reload, because they're still a few feet away, and then you just get gunned down in seconds. But it's, yeah, so there's obviously loadouts. You research loadouts, you pick up research samples.
I was gonna say, one guy up the top there looks like he has like a minigun.
Yeah, that's one of the stratagems you can call down. I prefer the flamethrower normally, but there's like I equipped this laser gun I unlocked a couple of days ago, and it plays quite differently because it's not obviously you don't need to reload it, you just overheats, which is awesome because then you don't need to call down ammo. But like when you actually got the gun firing, you have to move it more slowly. So I would pull the trigger off, move the gun, not realize where the beam was, and like slice 3 of my men down. It was like, oh, it was terrible. But
Sounds
yeah,
pretty
that's
funny.
Helldivers. It's an awesome game.
Looks cool.
The review will be up before this video, so check that out.
Was it free on PS Plus, or did you buy it?
No, £13, and it's cross-buy, cross-play, and cross-save on all Sony consoles,
Cross everything.
which is sick. Cross everything. I love the crosses. Adios.
Ciao.